Internet. I am Insane Lane as well as a Canadian girl, and I've been waiting a while to do this one. 'Cause I want to be in a calm place because I know this one is going to tick me off royal. I've been told things, I haven't seen it all. The title kind of gives some of it away, but I've been told there's some very sussy things here. So we're going to get into it. We have woman's religious freakout at hospital leaves nurses stunned. I gotta say, nurses generally, not people who get stunned. They've kind of seen it all. And that was just yesterday, I will say. But let's see what we got. I mean, we're starting with shaking hands. How bad can it be?
We're all gonna be all right.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Take me to jail!
There's little kids.
Let's arrest the white woman.
Okay, headphone
Gretchen?
warning.
Crucify me to the cross.
Yeah.
I hope we're not calling her
going to jail.
religious
I guess
just
I
for
was
that.
confused why you guys are here if you guys don't have any intention of taking her to jail. I thought that was the whole point of you guys being here.
On February 8th,
What?
2025, officers with the Davenport Police Department responded to a call from the hospital
Okay, I'm
that a
not sure what
woman
up
was
with
acting
that.
out, causing a scene claiming that she needed to see one of the officers that had dealt with her earlier in the day. The woman was also making religious remarks saying that she needs to be crucified and referring to different Bible verses.
Thank you.
Okay. So there's a weird intro. We are in a hospital with a woman that I'm going to go out on a limb here and say is having some kind of mental health crisis. If she's asking to be crucified, and I guess they said something about officers had dealt with her earlier in the day and she wanted to speak to one of them again. So I guess I don't know if that's this officer that's approaching. Maybe. Let's see.
I would like this man.
Kevin Carver?
Okay, she has somebody's card.
He's not working tonight.
Well, he was earlier.
He's gone home for the night. What's going on?
Why is there like two other cops here? Or are they hospital
Well, I
security?
appreciate that. Thank you. What's going on tonight?
Oh, we're in Davenport. I don't know where that is.
Yes, thank you.
Miss?
Okay, so
I don't have email.
I'm curious, does the officer that just arrived, does he have any clue like what happened with her earlier in the day? Is he able to like look it up? He knows the name of an officer that was there. Can he like look up the report, see what was going on with her earlier? Because she clearly like wants to follow up with something about it or something. Or
What's
she's,
going on?
not thinking so clearly right now. Okay, so is this security?
Basically, there's been issues. She's bipolar. They go back and forth.
Okay.
She's just been yelling here recently. They're trying to get a doctor down here to look at her and to get her discharged. Might see if she just can walk, and that might just be a solution. And then maybe
Why?
she refuses to leave.
What's her 96 issues?
Bipolar.
Yeah.
Huh?
Bipolar. So she just started. Actually, she's been asleep at the hospital just for mental issues. That I don't know.
Gretchen, here's this back for you, okay?
Okay, why?
Do you have a cell phone?
I sure do.
Okay, already I have issues here of what is going on here. They're saying that she is bipolar. If that's true, she's clearly unmedicated at the moment. She is having delusions, religious delusions of some kind. She is not like capable or able to take care of herself right now. I'm not sure she even knows where she is. So my question then becomes, why is the hospital trying to discharge her instead of admit her and treat her? Why have they decided that she needs to leave as opposed to being treated? I have a couple of theories on this, but I'll get to my theory on why hospitals do what they do later. Feel free to skip the rant if you want, because I feel it coming. Yeah, like her eyes are not normal.
Are you staying up at Homewood Suites?
Mhm.
Okay. So
Okay.
if you get discharged from here, do you have a way to get back there?
I'll walk.
Okay. Can you have?
Oh, you can't let me walk. Okay, can I get a police ride back?
Well, we can figure that out. I'm working the street tonight. This is my area, so we can figure that out. Okay.
Okay.
What are you wanting to do right now?
I want to go back to the hotel.
You do.
Yeah.
Okay, so she wants to leave.
So
So
in order, Gretchen, in order for you to be able to just
what is the issue?
right, we have to have you talk to the provider, okay, and your nurse again. But as you can see, they're pretty busy, right? Hopefully, if you're wanting to leave, right, you can talk to them, and then we can just get it all taken care of, and maybe get your ride back up there. Does that sound good to you?
I'm still not understanding why the cops are
We just want to make sure
here.
you're okay, and we just want to make sure you get back to where you're going.
Like-
You know what I mean?
Sorry, I was doing a procedure.
Here she is right
She
now.
wants to leave. They want her to
Hi,
leave.
I'm Bridget. I'm one of the physician assistants here.
Like, I'm not-
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too.
Okay, so now we have a PA, physician assistant, coming, I guess, to assess her. PAs kind of fall in a weird category. We don't really have them here. Because they're above a nurse practitioner, but below a doctor significantly. And how much authority and like what kind of authority and what they're allowed to do and not do can vary greatly depending on where you are. So I'm not sure why she's here. She didn't say she had anything to do with psych, and a person with, mental illness, if she's going to be discharged, she should be evaluated by somebody that has the word psych in their title, which she does not. Which is not to say she doesn't have some kind of like specialized training in mental health. It wouldn't change her job title. But unless she says something about being a mental health nurse, I have issues with her being the one doing any kind of assessment if that's why she's here. But again, this is very confusing. This woman is clearly not okay. And yet the hospital just wants to discharge her. And I mean, I get she wants to leave and there's limited criteria under which they can keep someone there against their will. And she probably does not meet it. But I'm still not sure why she's being asked to leave as opposed to being offered treatment, or why the police are there at all. Like, I'm not seeing any reason for somebody to have called the cops.
Don't need to
Nice.
squeeze my hand that hard. What's going on?
We obviously can't hold her here.
Okay, they probably cut away because private health information.
Can't hold her here, right? Yep.
Okay, so she doesn't meet the
So
criteria
if she
for
wants to
involuntary
leave,
hold.
She can leave. If they just brought her here to the hospital, unless
brought
you have
her?
charges for her.
Like, did the police bring her here earlier in the day is what I'm kind of picking up.
Thank you.
That she had some kind of an incident earlier in the day and the police brought her here and then just left?
J.W. Allison, may I please
Yeah.
shake your hand?
Yeah, of course.
So was she having
Because
some kind of
thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Can you understand me?
Yes.
she was having like a mental health breakdown.
can.
They brought her here for assessment. Then the police
Okay.
left because I guess she wasn't a criminal
Right.
matter.
So here's what we're gonna do, okay?
She wasn't
We're
under
gonna do your
arrest.
Discharge paperwork, okay?
They brought her
And
here to be
then
evaluated,
Do you
assuming the
wanna-
hospital would
where do
treat
you wanna
her.
go? Back home?
And the hospital is just saying,
Say, well,
We just
I can't take you to the bar.
wanna
okay? But
get rid of
you're
her.
free to do what you want to do once you get your discharge paperwork. So if
Yeah.
you want to walk, you go ahead.
Thank you.
Okay.
okay, so why
I
is
will
why
walk.
is the cop
All
still
right.
here?
Sounds good. It's not too bad outside, and you got a nice big coat there. So,
I do.
all right.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Do you want to have a seat again?
We're all gonna be all right.
We are.
Uh-huh.
We're all gonna be all right.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
You can't give them like a cab voucher or anything. They can't go. Can I put my hat on now?
Yes, you can.
Okay, what is
Thank
the
you.
problem with
Is
just
there anyone we can call to come
like
pick you
you
up?
don't
I can walk. And I can't let you walk because we don't want anything to happen. I'll wait.
okay. whoever this bitch is, and I mean the one wearing the hospital ID, oh, like, go F yourself, lady. I was trying to think of a nicer way to put that. I didn't get there. Everyone is just obfuscating their responsibilities here. The hospital wants her to leave. She is saying, I will walk to my hotel. The hospital is now saying, after the police have said, the police officer that is standing right there, probably regretting coming into work today, the police officer is standing right there saying that, yes, she is, since you're not admitting her and she's not under arrest, she's free to leave. And yes, she can walk to her hotel if she wants to. The hospital is now saying they don't want her to be walking. How is that any of your goddamn business? And hospitals have taxi vouchers. They get them for free. So the hospital, if they're that concerned, can give her a taxi voucher that the lady was saying. The police, I don't think even have those, but hospitals do. So they could give her one if they're that concerned. And really, hospital nurse or whoever, or doctor or PA, whoever she is, why is it your concern once you're gone? All I'm hearing from hospital staff is that they want this lady gone. They have no intention of treating her. They have no intention of admitting her. She's clearly not all right. And it sounds like she was brought here to be evaluated by the police earlier in the day. And now they're calling the police to get rid of her. But at the same time, they don't want to just let her leave. Like, I'm so confused right now.
Wait, are the police gonna pick me up?
Well, it depends on where. Do you have anyone that lives with you at home?
Gretchen, can I take some vitals real quick, hon?
Oh, they need you to.
now
They're
we're
gonna
gonna
take
do
some vitals.
Yeah.
Revelation.
Yeah, she said.
Why?
I would like you to read this.
Hey.
Revelation 7.
Okay.
I like that. It's a nice tattoo.
I've been by a black man,
Okay.
and I've been trafficked by a white man,
Okay.
and you mother are not gonna keep me to shut the f up.
Richard, we're not telling you to shut up. Will you please have a seat?
The
but you
hospital
don't
kind of is.
know.
I don't know. I've never
But
met you before.
you don't f***ing know.
Okay,
Gretchen,
this lady's not
please have a seat.
okay.
They're gonna
Why
take
are they
the vitals,
discharging
okay?
her?
Let's
Okay.
go Flyers. That lasted long.
And I've got a couple
Can
of
you-
ideas on why.
What do you mean by she's too unstable?
Because when she first got up, she's like too wobbly.
Okay.
Because of the fact, like when she first got up, she was
Is
literally
she
like
drunk?
really making sure she wasn't. And that's
How
where
long
it
has
first-
she been here?
she's been here for like almost 3 hours.
She's not intoxicated or anything. She doesn't seem like
She
not
isn't.
getting anything from her.
Okay, so no, she's not intoxicated.
Doesn't smell anything
Well,
out of crack or
we
anything.
just got a urine sample from her. We haven't like they didn't really make orders in for a urine sample. We just asked, and she said she just put orders in, and obviously we're not going to get a blood draw off of her. She just started screaming, and then
Well,
we tried to get her to
have
go
you
to the bathroom,
asked?
and we put the hat in there. We had to have them go in there because that's when she started screaming.
Was she seen by psych?
No.
Do
They
you
just found
know
out
I
she's
was
been
trafficked by a
she's just been
white
sleeping the
man?
entire
My
time.
ex-husband.
Okay, I realize she's getting loud. We'll get to that in a minute, but several critical pieces of information here. A woman who apparently they were concerned that she was wobbling so badly she could hardly walk, yet she is not intoxicated. The nurse, I don't know if she's a nurse. I assume she is. She's not wearing the white coat, so I'm going to call her a nurse. She just said this woman is not intoxicated. Yet she was very unstable on her feet, which could be a sign of any number of things. But he said, has she been seen by psych? No. What the hell? I'm sorry, did everybody take stupid pills when they got to work this morning? She's known to be bipolar. She's acting very erratically. She's unstable. The nurse just called her unstable. So why is the hospital insisting she be discharged? They also said they pretty much ignored her for 3 hours. Nobody has even attempted to assess this woman or treat her in any way. They just stuck her in a closet, basically, and ignored her until she became a problem. What the hell kind of hospital is this? Like, seriously. They have a duty of care. They have a responsibility that they are epically failing in right now.
Trafficked me in my basement.
So
Oh,
yeah, we're just waiting for the
are
paper.
you f***ing scared now?
Gretchen, stop. Please.
You.
Gretchen, please stop. There's a lot of
Take me
lot of
to
people
jail.
here.
Like,
Take
why
me
are there
to jail again.
Gretchen.
why are there
Take
just
me
nurses
to
dealing with her?
jail.
Gretchen. They don't want to take you to jail, hon.
I want one of you to get a freaking
Everybody.
psych doctor.
Gretchen, stop.
Like, this is why she should be on the psych ward.
No. Yes. Okay.
No, you're
In
not going to
discharge?
take me.
Stop.
Okay, so somehow, without ever being seen by a doctor, without being evaluated in any way, and without seeing psych, a person who is obviously in the midst of a mental health crisis, who, from what we can gather, was brought there by police earlier today because she is having a mental health crisis, is now being discharged from the hospital, having been given zero treatment, zero proper evaluation, seen zero doctors. And even though a nurse is actively saying that she is unstable and they don't want her to leave on her own because they are worried that she will get hurt or she will be a danger to somebody else, they are still discharging this woman and basically demanding the police make her leave. This hospital needs to be under investigation for this. Because, like, this is so far beyond the pale right now. Their level of, like, malpractice and neglect here is off the freaking charts. Again, they have a duty of care. They have a responsibility. They are fulfilling neither of those, and they're acting in a really disgraceful fashion. Like, everyone involved here should be, the healthcare providers involved here should be absolutely ashamed of themselves. All their licenses should be suspended immediately, and there should be a thorough investigation and review into this hospital, their procedures, and how this is allowed to happen.
They're trying to do their stuff so they can discharge you and you're screaming.
Yeah, she shouldn't be
Let's
discharged.
go Flyers.
Yeah. Please.
Let's arrest the white woman.
Hey, Gretchen,
Crucify me to the cross.
stop.
In the med room.
Revelation 7.
Yeah. If we have a.
Stop.
There should be something there.
I will stop.
Thank you.
Tell me.
Good. Nobody wants to kill you. Nobody wants to.
Oh, my
hurt
ex
you.
does.
Well,
Nobody
none
wants
of
to
us
help
are
her
your
either.
exes. We don't know anything about your past history.
Bullet to
Is there anyone we can call for
You
to come
too?
get you? Gretchen?
Did you just say you too?
No.
Bullet to my head. Would you like that?
No, why would I
Would you
No,
like
that-
that? Would you like a bullet?
Really?
Yeah.
Why is she not going to jail? I guess I'm just confused why you guys are
Okay, so we
here
have-
if you guys don't have any intention of taking her to jail. I thought that was the whole point of you guys being here. Like, I got rushed to evaluate and discharge this patient, even though we've got multiple critical patients here, because I was told she was going to go to jail. And now she's not
What?
going to jail.
Okay, I have several levels of what. And one, F you, lady. If you have critical patients and somebody is telling you, go discharge this mentally ill woman as a priority, you tell the person telling you that to shove it. You are supposed to be able to prioritize and triage patients accordingly. So, and again, why is she, who is giving her these orders? And why is she being told to go evaluate and discharge? So somebody has already made the decision before this person's been evaluated. Somebody else has already decided, hey, you in the green sweater, go evaluate and discharge this person right now because I told you to, even though there's critical patients, as she said. And again, why is the hospital pretty much demanding this woman be arrested? Like, there's so much wrong with this scenario. It's like, we can't be bothered to deal with a mental health patient, so we're just going to, demand that she leave, then refuse to let her leave because she doesn't have a ride, and then we're going to demand the police arrest her. For what? And, like, what the hell?
who's going to be like taking her home, watching her. You know, I guess I'm just
Right.
confused.
Okay,
Well,
if you're saying she can't
I'm
take
a
care of
patrol
herself, you
officer
shouldn't be
in this
discharging
area.
her.
I'm up here for a disturbance with her. Right?
Okay.
She's in medical custody right now, or care right now.
No,
I
she's
don't know
not, because she's
exactly
been discharged,
what we would take
and they're
her to
not
jail
providing
for,
any
You
care.
know what I mean?
Okay. I guess I just.
She's got some mental health issues, and she's
Yes,
I don't
the
know
officer is
if
entirely right.
it's not legal to be crazy or have mental health issues.
I mean, she's
cool.
answering everything appropriately. She
like-
doesn't look psychotic.
Yeah,
So
if
to
she
me,
wants
she doesn't
to-
need to be here.
Right, and if she wants to leave,
Okay, but you are not a psych professional. You're an idiot in the hallway. So you just saying, well, she doesn't look psychotic, so she doesn't need to be here. That's not the criteria, bitch. That's not even close. And you would know that if you were qualified, but this person is clearly not qualified to be doing a mental health assessment. And I don't think that's what she was doing. I think she was just making sure this person is not bleeding to death, so we're not going to get sued, at least not too badly, if we discharge her. They should get sued for this. They absolutely 100%. If this woman has any family, or if she gets back on her meds and like is back in her right mind, she should sue the ass off this hospital for doing this, because they are ridiculously out of line. It's like they just decided we're not going to treat her. We just need to get rid of her, and we don't care that she's obviously having a breakdown.
I mean, if she's
She has-
free to do what she
they have
wants
no
to do,
criteria
and if
to
she gets
arrest
herself
her.
in trouble afterwards, then do you have charges for her?
Like the way that
You do have charges. Okay.
the way the police
Well, we will
are
arrest her.
handling this is the police are being the reasonable ones. The hospitals are being gross.
Yeah.
They're gonna arrest her.
Stand up.
Here, I'll put her in cuffs.
Put me in cuffs.
This is pathetic.
Yeah, enough for this.
Okay, so now we have mental health patient that the hospital has refused to treat, has refused to properly
We're gonna
evaluate,
discharge paperwork.
has rushed to discharge for reasons known only to them,
Thank you, sir.
and have demanded the police arrest her when they wanted her to leave but would not let her leave.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. You are under arrest.
By the
for
way-
disorderly conduct, okay.
Okay.
Any jail is going to tell
Do
you
you
to
have
take
any
her back to
questions
the
for
hospital
us?
because she's mentally
No.
unstable.
Do you have anything
Actually,
illegal
we
in
just
your
put it in.
bags?
It was
No.
164 over 95. Yeah, so we can that one. Yeah.
I will transport her. Do you want to?
We can just give her a blanket if y'all want.
No, that's fine.
Oh, do you need to check this?
Yeah. Why don't here, I'll
Take
just
her
take
coat
one
and
of
stuff with her.
Yep.
Like,
I have
Whatever you got.
you got a nice trunk that all this can
You
go
want
in.
another one?
Nope, you're good. All right, you guys have a better day.
Thank
All
you.
right. Fall in.
Fallen.
great. So this is healthcare. We don't want to treat somebody who's clearly unstable, so we'll have the police arrest
Like
them.
that.
This is disgraceful.
I'm gonna fall in. I'm gonna fall in.
You know, my one like question right now, because I'm having to remind myself this is in America, and it's the healthcare system is so radically different there, and I can't say I know like all the ins and outs and stuff, but what I am wondering, because I know this is a thing, is there are private hospitals in America. They don't have like public hospitals, so there are private hospitals, and I'm wondering if this is a private hospital that she has been brought to, and maybe she like doesn't have insurance, because private hospitals will not do shit. You can literally bleed to death in their lobby. That has happened when they refuse to treat people because those people don't have insurance or are not millionaires who can like, you know, wire $100,000 cash immediately to prove that they can pay for their health care. They will absolutely let people die in their waiting room, lobby, parking lot. Again, anyone who doesn't believe me, Google it. It'll all be there because it's all happened. I never say anything that didn't happen. These things have happened. So I am wondering very much if this is a private hospital and she is uninsured, and that's why they don't want to treat her. And that's why they want her removed. And that's why they're using the police as like janitors, basically, and treating her like human garbage. Because that's what they're doing. This woman is obviously mentally unstable. The nurse even said it. And even said they didn't want to let her walk to her hotel because they were afraid something would happen. So I'm sorry, but how are you splitting the hair there of saying, yes, she's unstable. Yes, we believe she could be a danger to herself or others if she leaves here unescorted and without somebody to watch her. And yet we're not going to do fuck all to treat her. We're not even going to call somebody from psych to have her properly evaluated. We're just going to tell some idiot PA who is too stupid to, say no, to ignore critically injured patients and go discharge this woman because we've decided we want her to leave, even though we are refusing to let her leave. So we just want to discharge her and then have her arrested for whatever. We don't even have a reason to arrest her, but we're just telling the police, we're not going to treat her. We want her gone, but she's too unstable to leave on her own. Therefore, you should take her to jail. Because jail is the place for her as opposed to a psych ward that she could have been in if anyone at the hospital had done their job.
Dahlia!
Come on.
Disorderly conduct.
Yeah, which is BS.
I'm a survivor of human trafficking, and you.
Like, it is beyond BS that they're arresting her.
Did you get a good search on her?
Not yet. Look at 202.
Like, I'm sorry, disorderly conduct is such a BS charge 99% of the time, let alone in a hospital and for somebody who is obviously, like, having a mental health crisis.
Yeah.
Like, this charge is not going to stand.
I'll look them up.
Like, this
Text
is
you.
so very close to, like, a false arrest because of how BS it is.
Can you send me a screenshot of that?
I think it absolutely is abuse of authority.
Yeah, just so I can have it
It's
for the
definitely wasting the police time
records.
and the system's time because this is going to go nowhere.
Well, what the thing is what is she here for? You
Yes.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is she here because she was drunk?
No.
Is she here because she's got mental health issues?
Yes.
Or she's here because she's got mental health issues and she needs an evaluation.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
This cop knows what's what.
But it doesn't sound like she was here for that. It sounds like she came in. No.
Nobody said that she was intoxicated.
For
In fact, they said she wasn't.
alcohol, which I don't know who dealt with her down at Jimmy O's, but probably should have just arrested her then, you know? What's this? It's one of those vape pens.
Yeah.
Needless to say, they don't have a great system up here.
Oh!
You know what I mean?
Cop is pissed. Rightly so.
I'll do the arrest.
Yes. He knows this is a complete waste of
you just
time.
wanna do the affidavit.
And I think he's
you
pissed
have any
off
questions
that the
or anything
hospital
for
is
me?
using the police in this fashion.
03.
I hope you.
And I didn't hear anybody say that he was brought in for being drunk. You know, in fact, I heard a nurse say she was not intoxicated.
Mental health issues.
Yeah.
Have you seen that email?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Pig, you burn it!
Abide by that.
Oh
She's
boy.
going to jail.
Okay, something about an email.
I'm just gonna hear about it, you motherfucker.
Oh, he's playing music to try and drown her out. Oh, okay. I may have to skip this. I don't want to get copyrighted.
Jessica? Or Gretchen?
Okay, so we have her.
I can't take you out of cuffs, Jessica.
Okay,
Or
so she's.
Gretchen?
What is her name? Great. So now you have somebody going insane in your back seat. Who should be in the hospital. Just as an aside, it's videos like this where I really, really, really hope that the police, that their benefits, that their healthcare includes really good hearing coverage. There's no reason that this woman should be arrested
Jessica?
right now.
Sorry. Gretchen?
Why does
You want me
he
to
keep
take
calling
you out
her
now?
Jessica?
Will you stand by the door? Is that okay with you? Gretchen. Is that okay? We're gonna get out, okay? All right? Yeah. You gonna come out? Go ahead and face the squad. Face the squad. All right, step back over here. I'm gonna shut the door. I don't want to hit them. All right, we're gonna come stand over here. All right.
Are they in the New York Times?
Huh?
You want to go in the New York Times? Are you arresting me right now?
Go up here.
New York Times? Are they in New York?
Wait. Okay.
Like I said, I know we're in Davenport.
What's
I just
this
don't
about
know
the
where
New York
that
Times?
is.
Am I going to jail?
Yes, for
What's your
reasons
name?
unknown.
Allison.
Allison.
Yep. I need you to face that. Okay.
Okay.
Go in there.
Okay. Y'all. Okay.
The woman was transported to the Scott County Jail and charged with disorderly conduct. Hopefully, this woman can
Which
receive the
is
help that she
BS.
needs. If
Yeah.
you enjoy the content we
Okay, see that last part right there. Hopefully she can get the help she needs. She was in the place that should have been helping her. That hospital deserves one hell of a lawsuit. They had absolutely reprehensible behavior. She's clearly mentally unstable and in need of help, and their only point was just get rid of this woman. We don't want to deal with it. We're not even going to call psych. We're having her evaluated by somebody who has no business evaluating a mental health patient and who was ordered to evaluate and discharge. So she was told what to do, meaning she didn't do a proper evaluation, because if she had, or if she was capable, she would have admitted this person. Because if you, like, just riddle me this, if you think somebody is so unstable that you won't let them walk out of the hospital because you're afraid something will happen to them or they will happen to somebody else, that is the definition of being a danger to yourself and others. That is the criteria in which you admit someone to the psych ward for 3 days, whether they like it or not. So again, we have mental health crisis happening in a hospital, and a hospital just literally refusing to deal with it. Now, I got a couple of theories about this, one of which is just that they suck. I do think they just suck in general. I do think the private hospital and she has no insurance theory holds water. But the other thing of it is, and there are two things here. When it comes to people that are bipolar, I have known a lot of people that are bipolar. I have taken them to the hospital. I've been there with them. I've known them for years. It's hard. And the thing is, hospitals have this delusional notion, and I think they are more messed up than the people they're trying to help, that bipolars like throw a fit basically or go off their meds as a kind of attention seeking, and that by like giving them time in the hospital and like putting them in the psych ward, it reinforces that. So it's like rewarding bad behavior, kind of. Well, no, that's exactly it. They think they're basically rewarding bad behavior. But keep in mind, this theory treats a human being like a fucking dog. And it's also wrong because I've known people, a lot of people who are bipolar. They don't do that. People who go off their meds, not just bipolar people, schizophrenic people, depressed people, any kind of like mental illness, people will go off their meds sometimes because they feel better and they think they don't need it anymore. It's hard to get through your head that you need to be on like lifelong medication. Like some people go off like heart pills or blood pressure pills or stuff for the same reason. It's like, oh, I was feeling so good. I didn't think I needed it anymore. The pills are not a cure. They are treatment. So if it is a lifelong condition, then you would need lifelong treatment. But hospitals don't get this. And quite frankly, hospitals are the worst place to be if you have mental health issues. They pretty much are the worst because they're not capable of treating anybody. At best, they can shove pills down somebody's throat for 3 days and then they have to let them go with no prescription, no follow up, no doctor that's going to, keep an eye on them, check in on them, nothing. So, and that's why they have the term like frequent flyers for especially psych patients, because they're not getting help. They need long term, ongoing, constant help, and they're not getting it, and they're never going to. So, no, hospitals are not a good place to treat mental illness. They are at best a a triage pit stop, but they're pretty useless long term. And as I said, they don't like treating certain conditions. So people that are bipolar, they're going to refuse to admit them even if they have literally slashed their wrist that day. And that was an actual experience that I had with someone that I was begging the hospital to admit, who had slashed her wrists from here to here, both of them. And they said, after giving her over 70 stitches, they said, no, she's not a risk to herself, even though she's actively telling them that she's just going to rip the stitches out and try to bleed out. And they refused to admit her because she was diagnosed bipolar. And that was the only reason. That was the only reason they refused to admit her. I'm like, she is actively suicidal. And yet you are refusing to admit this person? Really? And they're like, well, she's bipolar and we can't reinforce the bad behavior. So if she dies, that what, teaches her a lesson? Like it's utterly ridiculous. But yeah, hospitals have a psych ward pretty much, I think, sometimes just for show, because it's next to impossible to get anyone actually admitted on it. And in this case, they didn't even call psych, which that is like some level of malpractice right there. But that will do it for this one. What are your thoughts on what the hospital did, how the cops handled it? Do you think she should have been arrested? Do you think she should sue? Do you think the hospital is in the wrong? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And if you are new here, please like, comment, and subscribe. Until the next one, I've been Insane Lane, as well as a Canadian girl. Take care of you. Bye.